Hi everyone, welcome to another Hobby Hangout. We are on time this time.
Are we?
Yeah, well we're 2 minutes late, but we technically started streaming at 12. Just to let get the people in, flowing in.
Yeah.
So, you're back this week, and Ben's back this week. It's not his birthday this week.
It's not my birthday this week.
No. John took a while off there. Did you have a good time?
Friday through to today.
Yeah.
Yes, it was amazing.
Yeah.
Although I did go to Warhammer on Saturday.
Cool.
Didn't enjoy it.
No. Yeah, John was telling us all about his Warhammer trip.
Yeah, the local Warhammer store in Belfast was doing a 1-year anniversary of moving to their new shop.
Mm-hmm.
So they had like tons of stuff. They were doing like little painting competitions and all sorts of things. And I walked in and I seen the painting competitions. I was like, I wouldn't be bad. And then I caught a whiff of the gamer funk.
All right,
There was a lot of people in that store. It was a muggy day. The door was closed. There was no aircon on, and I was like, I don't really feel like doing this. So
would you ever put in any of your paintings to like the local competitions?
No. I was going to. There's the Irish Modelers Society.
Yeah.
Of which I am totally not a member of. I'm actually not. I've never paid my membership at all.
Oh dear.
But I was going to go to their competition, but they delayed it, so
yeah.
I'll maybe do that next year. Anyway, the people that go to those competitions are way better than I am.
Ben, what have you been up to? Have you been up to anything exciting?
So I was playing Goblin Quest on Monday, which was really good fun, and I realised that my friends can draw far better than I can, and that I shouldn't use felt tip pens, I should use colouring pencils in the future. So that's what I'm going to do next time. But yeah, it was a lot of fun. We had to break into a Hobgoblin's insurance claim office and steal the stinkiest socks that we could from the Hobgoblin boss, which we did, and many goblins died in the process. But we also sort of bumped into the disability boar, who is the way that Hobgoblins check whether or not you actually are needing of some disability allowance. So they just charge a boar at you, and if it kills you, then well, apparently you didn't need it. So that was quite fun. So yeah, I had a lot of fun playing that. It's a really fun little game. Hopefully other people get stuck into that as well with their friends and stuff. So cool. I know a couple of people in the community have managed to pick it up, I think. So
yeah.
But yeah, really fun little bit of hobby I did on Monday. So that was really cool. And Bake Off on Tuesday. Everyone loves Bake Off. Watch Bake Off. Kim Joy on there is a board gamer. So if you want to actually back someone, then you can, back Kim Joy. There you go. So.
Wow, there we go.
You had to put a gaming spin on it. So you had to get Bake Off in there somehow. Yeah. You had to get a gaming spin to it as well.
Yes.
I'm impressed, Ben. I'm impressed.
He even did it whenever he was staying over with us, because we were watching The Good Place on Netflix. And then he was talking about Kristen Bell, that her and her husband Dax don't go to award shows, they just go back and play games.
Fair enough.
Apparently. So, interesting stuff. This week we're going to be going through the Waypan thread. Hello to everyone in the chat. It's very lovely to have you here. If you're not aware of what we do, come across to OnTableTop.com, or as we were previously known as beastofwar.com, and you'll be able to see what we're working on, or what we're looking through. So here is a link to the actual thread that we're looking at. This is the What Are You Painting Now thread, and we're currently looking at Pierce Half Orcs. So this is a she-devil. Interesting. So this is the model here, and then this is his paint scheme here on it. Very nice. I love the purple in around the eyes. Yeah. The shading is cool.
Also, considering how old that model is, I think he's done an amazing job bringing that to life.
It's still actually quite a good sculpt, though.
Yeah.
Looks like she's been electrocuted. Yeah. Like you give her the hair a bit of a dry brush or something, you have that electrocuted fuzz.
That little silver ball she's holding in her hand, that's actually one of those little balls that, make sure you like all the electricity come to your fingers and stuff.
Oh, yeah.
It's one of those, yeah.
There's an actual term for those, isn't there?
Is it not Newton's lamp? Is it, or something?
Newton's lamp? Something like that?
What do you call it, Coco? What do you call the little electrocuted balls that you put your hands to and it catches your hands?
It's not the plasma ball, is it? It's something.
Maybe, I don't know. I'm sure someone in the chat might know.
They were always used in 90s TV shows by people who wanted to pretend that they were wizards.
Yeah. Not a Van de Graaff, because a Van de Graaff's a static electricity generator.
Yeah, this was the thing that made it look like you had like powers.
Electricity coming out of like focusing into the.
Yeah.
So Blipford has been starting to play Kill Team. Decided he needed more DACA. DACA always means more guns for the orcs. These are kind of interesting. Very nice.
Yeah, I love the. I like the skin tones. I think that's come across really nicely. It's a nice old school look to the orcs, and then it's nice to see someone also bringing a little bit of that old snakebite leather to their attire as well. So cracking out one of those slightly older Games Workshop paints or something akin to it, I assume.
Snakebite leather was like the god color for orcs back in the day.
It was, yeah.
It's like everything was snakebite leather.
What did we do with the leather? Snakebite!
Everything is snakebite. Snakebite sounds cool, so that's clearly the right color.
And next we have Warlock Minis working on Krampus Demon for Krampus Age of Sigmar Army project. Interesting, so that'll be a pretty good Christmas themed project. So,
oh my god, he's actually doing them as like little happy dwarves, isn't he? This is amazing.
Stop being so good at things.
Yeah, we've seen some of the paint schemes by Warlock Minis before, and some of them are really impressive. There's something that's coming up soon. This one here, this goblin, I absolutely love the skin tone.
Oh wow, yeah. Another Paul Bonner skin tone. Yeah, very nice. Man, that's some really cool painting and really cool customization as well.
Yeah. Even the cape and the dirt on the axe and the cape and stuff. Very interesting, very stylized. Very nice.
I'm going to quiz you, Ben, on your like old ancient weapons.
Right.
Since is that a poleaxe or a halberd?
Is that not a halberd?
Which one? Who's what?
The goblin.
What the goblin is holding.
That's a halberd, yeah.
It's a halberd. What's the difference between a halberd and a poleaxe? Because I've been ripped for this on World of Warcraft, and I don't know.
I think a
poleaxe. Does a poleaxe not have two pieces?
No,
I think.
No, I think I think a poleaxe has a smaller head to it. I think. Oh no, this might actually be. I don't know actually. Oh god.
That's the difference between a pole axe and a halberd.
No, what he's using is a halberd. Because I've just googled it.
A pole axe is optimized to be used in a swinging motion, like an axe, whereas a halberd is optimized to be used in a jabbing motion, like a spear.
So a halberd is more stabby.
Yeah, so a pole axe actually is smaller in that case then.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah.
It has a
I was kind of right.
It has a smaller head, but it's focused on being swung around.
Yeah, because that's what Games Workshop would consider a halberd, because that's the kind of weapon that the Chaos Knights used to use and the Empire troops would use. So, in Warhammer lingo, that's a halberd. So
okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Fair enough.
So
that's a great question of the age now answered.
Yeah.
What is this stuff here?
That looks like Eldar terrain.
It is, yeah.
Sorry, Aldari.
Deathworld terrain. It's mostly out of the box, so choose to mount base and add some growth later. Yeah, pretty cool.
Because this was the terrain that it came out a while ago, and then they boxed it again with the Kill Team boxes, so you could pick up like one. I think it was the Dark Eldar, and you got a set of the terrain with it, and you could do the same with the Death Watch as well.
Yeah.
And it was sort of meant to be like a themed battlefield. So,
do you remember when Kill Team just came out, and I was all like, "Oh, I have to tell the story of the end of my original Stone Templars." I actually have the models. I have them kind of painted, and I was very close to actually being finished, and then I realised I don't like painting old Space Marines anymore.
Fair enough.
So on Saturday, I went and started something else that we talked about last week, which was what if I painted Primaris Marines with olive drab, like tried to do.
Oh yeah,
I've done that. They're too dark.
Oh, they're too well camouflaged.
They're too well camouflaged. Yeah.
So this is Midgetina from the chat.
Yes.
I believe she might be in here.
She has become a painting monster.
But yeah, since she started a few weeks ago, like even on the shields, the blending up with the light in the shields.
Yeah.
Really nice.
The skin tones come across really nicely on the faces, and managing to get the depth to the eyes and the mouth is really good there. That's kind of one of the things I always still struggle with. But
I always struggle with that, with shading around those shoulder pads on Space Marines.
Yeah.
All right.
Because you're always using washes and it always sinks to the bottom and you're like, damn it.
Okay, so this is Quirion working on a drum for some orcs. Is this like a checkpoint marker then?
I'm not sure, but it's great.
I think he's using it as part of a larger regiment of orcs in his games, like a war drum. So
No, it actually looks like skin, like stretched skin on a drum. Excellent work. Next we have Razor. New project Elves, and not for any particular game, just slowly working with Grey Pile. I'm sure everyone can relate to.
Everyone has a grey pile.
Look at this bird though, that is quite an ambitious project going on there.
one of the old wood elf elves, I think that one.
Very cool. And next we have Dan Lee working. I don't know what these are. They look like Kingdom Death, but I don't.
No, they're not. I
It's
don't
not-
think they're
it's not Kingdom Death, but
He has a project, so I'm going to have a look at it.
Yeah.
So. Are they from Hassle Free? Yes. Yes.
Yes. Yes.
so
But he's testing out different techniques. So he's testing out leather, tiger skin, steel, and silver on the different models.
okay, cool.
So. Oh, cool.
Okay, so next we have Horatian Noseblower. This is Bradigan Pit from Mini Crate subscription.
Oh yeah, so mini crate's the thing
However-
that Privateer Press do.
Yep.
This is just what do you call them?
Privateer Press Fight Club.
It's
Yeah.
it looks it's Privateer Press Fight Club because he's got the soap,
Yeah.
but it
Yeah.
also it's not. That's not Brad Pitt. That's what do you call him from Batman? Bane.
Bane without the mask.
Yeah, that's like a cross because he's got the figure of Bane.
Yep.
He's got the mustache of Bronson, and he's got the soap from Brad Pitt.
It's a
Interesting.
mixture of some of
Yeah.
the awesome people in the world. There you go.
I don't see any Jared.
The most
Butler in
dangerous
there,
people in the world. A mixture of.
though. No Jared Butler.
Stop trying to kill John when you say my name. It's not a killing world.
What?
Horatian Noseblower.
Horatio Noseblower.
Is it Horatio?
Yeah.
I apologize.
Harati O nose blower.
Karate Zero Zero. There we go.
Wow. Fantastic. Fantastic.
We have a lot of comments here as well. So a lot of people would use the What Are You Painting Now to advertise their projects. So if you go in through the What Are You Painting Now thread, you can see some excellent stuff that maybe wouldn't normally be seen in the project's front page, but people are still continuing to work through. And here we have Irish Steve, also known as Genuine Vision, in the chat, working on, what is this here? Oh, it's a King Death model.
The Forsaker.
If we were allowed to swear on this stream, I'd be swearing a lot about this because this is just friggin' gorgeous.
Steve does some amazing metal work. Very patient as well. He was here at the Bold Action Bootcamp, and unfortunately we didn't get a lot of time with everyone. It was difficult to find the time, but the time we did have with him was excellent stuff. We got nice sweet chats with him.
I don't know if I'm allowed to talk about it yet or not, but I'm going to do it anyway, Steve. I'm hoping that in the near future we'll actually be doing a couple of joint projects across a few different people, which is going to be a lot of fun. Hopefully, if that works, I hope Steve's annoying the particular company that we're trying to talk to.
So next up we're looking at page 50, so if you want to join in with us, feel free to come along and check out the projects that people are linking to.
Genuine Vision says that he went with a non-metallic metal for that Forsaker there, which is really cool. So
That's another 10 flyboys to Death Strike. It's the 4th company now. Interesting.
More Space Marines.
Old school
They
Space
seem
Marine.
like quick paint schemes, but I suppose they are like for an extra 10 people or models coming in, but they're looking really nice. Now this is an interesting thing as well. So Geezer UK has been adding, I thought these were boxes,
Yeah, I thought these
Earlier?
were box art until we stared at them a bit closer.
but actually the paint schemes aren't too bad on this.
I think there's a lot more of his stuff later on as well.
Yeah.
And he's linked into his Instagram, so if you want to actually click through his Instagram, follow him, give him some support as well, you can do so. So this is Tanath, or come Greenskins. Let's see what we have. I think we shown this off at the Community Spotlight, was it? Last week?
Yeah, I gave a community spotlight to Taneth 2 weeks ago now. 2 weeks ago now. Yeah.
Very nice. It's been a while now since we've looked through the Community Spotlight. This here is very cool. Table space filler for random sci-fi games. This is just a...
It's a piece of that cardboard
yeah.
stuff you find in boxes.
It's cardboard packing for his toaster.
But you know what? It works.
That looks great for like Star Wars.
Yep.
It looks like the kind of thing that back in the day they would have built terrain out of for like one of those miniatures in a film, perhaps.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's very cool.
That's a really cool. Just adding like Antonosity's doors, hatches, and vents to just random packing. That's great. And even if it comes like, I don't think that stuff is very structurally safe. But if you maybe PVA glued it, or
If you
even if it's destroyed, I suppose you could just peel off the doors and stuff and
Yeah.
cover it again.
well, if you PVA it, it should be fine. But do it like both in and outside, I guess.
So here we have Volkstrom for Battle Group Fall of the Reich.
I love that guy's hat. I want that hat.
That's an actual that's an actual person from World War II as well. Apparently, this is modelled after Ernst Tiburzi. Apparently,
Oh.
so wow.
Wow, that is quite a hefty army of really well put together.
Yeah, a lot of really
Yeah.
awesome figures in there.
Mm.
But there's so much personality and variation in them too. It's great.
Yeah. So, talking of World War II for a second, I have something that I need some help with. So, although
Have you
it
bought
might-
some Spitfires?
Well, no, I haven't yet. I haven't. I've been holding off because I'm like, do I really need them? But I mean, I kind of do. But anyway, but I did make a sort of kind of BJ Blazkowicz that I was going to use for the boot camp and then forgot about him. And now I realised that he was at the bottom of a box of models and I dropped something on him and now he's basically dead. But I really want to make like a little tiny skirmish team. For like the Brits or the Americans, and I need to find an adequate BJ Blazkowicz model, and I've been looking around to try and find one, but if anyone has any ideas about where to find one that's already like pre-made in metal, or the right sprues to buy to try and make one again, I'd really like to know how, because I really want to make one. So it's kind of historical, but not really. So
Interesting. I don't know any models. Do you know anything? I'm sure someone in the chat might be able to help, or even Ben, if you put up a question in the forums.
yeah.
Help me.
Yeah, but usually whenever you guys go into chat about history stuff, I continue the thread, but I didn't want to.
Phase out.
I didn't want to pass up on
Oh wow,
Janus's work here. This is some excellent
that's amazing.
stuff here. Like,
Those
you
are
might-
really cool.
That infantry is superb. It really is superb.
Janus usually posts up one model,
Yeah.
and his stuff is phenomenal. It puts in so much attention and detail that whenever you see it as a full group like this, it's pretty inspiring. Very impressive, Janus. If I was logged in, I would thumb up that, but I'll come back to it
I
later.
shall thumb it on your behalf.
Thank you, Ben. Give it a good thumb.
Oh, look at it thumbing.
Suit you, sir. Suit you.
So next up we have Doug the Fug 1644. Doug is also a guy who just powers through his painting. But
He's
after
an
a
animal.
month away, I'm finally painting again. It's great to be back and working on Norman Levy archers. So continuing on with the saga. I think a lot of the light is focused on your background. So maybe a darker background would maybe help with that. But Doug the Fog, we don't need to mention anymore how fantastic your painting is. Come across, I think. Here we have Dan Lee continuing on. The white strikes me is very well done because it's very difficult to highlight white and paint white in general. So I think adding that little bit of like cream tone works well. Ben, we have Sundancer has LinkedIn Heresy Miniatures for the major, so I think would that work for you? And
He's far too sci-fi, I'm afraid. Far too sci-fi.
Ben, can you have a little look at Hugo_PL's link and let me know if it's safe for streaming?
Oh my god, everything's now full of viruses now. It's fine. No, you can click on that. It is fine to see.
Okay, so Hugo, let's see what you're working on. Oh my goodness.
Going the traditional Liberators scheme, that's really nice.
So you're looking for what do you think my first steps with painting miniatures? So this is your first mini painted, or it's very good, it's very clean, very nice.
The highlighting is subtle and where it needs to be.
That is really good. I love the way that the sort of tabard has come out there.
Yeah.
It's really good.
It's your fifth miniature you've ever painted.
Wow. Kudos to you, man.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yep, very tidy.
I think the only thing I would suggest is the what do you call these?
Parchment.
The parchment. Maybe highlight it a little bit more so it's not too dark,
maybe give it like another layer just to bring the actual material up, but keep the wash in the recesses. So
yes. Right.
There's a little lightning bolt in the back here, back of his hand, that you may have missed because he got it on the kneecap. That's the only thing I would suggest, but it looks great.
Yeah.
Fantastic for your fifth miniature work. Feel free to come across onto the forums and make an account at tabletop.com. And if you want as well, we're going to stretch out some of our merchandise. If you want to come across and join Backstage for a 7-day free trial, you get painting guides and a whole pile of other cool stuff. First glance at the Weekender XLBS, where like prizes are announced, and you get first dibs at other things. You can get merch as well. Although we don't have any new merch for OnTableTop just yet. Hopefully that'll be coming soon. But yeah, next up we have Piers, another Spectre operator done. We've seen a lot of like Spectre paints, but I've never seen many Spectre games.
There's a lot of like a bit of growing momentum to the Spectre stuff. I blame Jana.
Jana's really came to the forefront of Spectre minis for us.
Yep.
She's also doing a podcast that you'll occasionally have seen pop up on the site. So if you're interested in that, you can go and check out the podcast.
Yes, if you go to the front page and if you just scroll down a bit, I believe it was. When was it? Was it here?
Like last Thursday, I think.
What is going on over there? My goodness. So the Sitrep podcast episode 8, talking Modern Warfare gaming and scenario contest. So if you want to click on that, you can hear her awesome stuff. Plus, you click here, you see my Tales from Loop article as well, and there's going to be a third one with my own custom scenario going out today, hopefully. But yeah, a lot of cool Spectre stuff coming from Jana at least, and Piers, I think his name was. Yeah, Piers. This is Colin's work now. Been working on a project over the weekend, mostly playing with a new 3D printer. So I think he's been printing out, well, everything pretty much here.
Yeah,
you know what this cart reminds me of? You know the service cart in Austin Powers? This is the third one.
Oh yeah, the one where it's just like
where he gets stuck in the corner.
Sideways in a corner.
Orange sherbet.
Yeah.
I've got your sherbet.
Collins, if you want to add some wheels to that and put Austin Powers, all you need is a corridor.
That would be a strange game of 7 TV.
Oh, it'd be so good.
Mm.
It'd be so good. What I would hope that 7TV make Austin Powers at some point.
I'm sure you could find an Austin Powers.
I bet there is
Miniature.
one somewhere.
There has to be, yeah.
You just have to paint them up really colourful. That's all.
Mm. Oh, and digging the minimalist Dark Eldar here. Love that red lining, that red panel lining. That is gorgeous.
Even that subtle like highlight
Yeah.
as well.
It's freaking gorgeous.
They finished painting the base of the Demogorgon. Oh yeah, he's working on a Demogorgon as well. So if you want to click on the project and see more of that, we'll get to that maybe next week when we look through the projects. Civil Courage, interesting name for what we're going on as well. Let's bring this into Photoshop. Why can't I?
You can't save the picture.
This is annoying. Open link a new tab. Will that work? No, that just does that. Okay. I'll need to discuss that
You
with
must
the guys.
print screen.
I'm not printing the screen. Here we go. Let's bring this into Photoshop and let's adjust our lighting.
Your Photoshop page isn't working.
I loaded this in earlier.
You did.
You even seen me do that.
I
John.
did. I watched you, but it still didn't work.
Okay, let's bring up the lighting just a little touch. Oh, that looks much better. Very cool. A little bit pixelated from the crop, but yeah, I think it looks very nice. Very suited name.
Very
we're
horsey.
working on as well. Yeah.
Much horse. See, the grip looks so much better. Like you can afford to not be the finest painter when you're coming to this sort of stuff when you're doing rank and file, particularly with cavalry, because the group shots look friggin' amazing.
There's a lot of detail in these for rank and file though.
I think so long as you block color really tidily,
Yeah.
I think you get away with it really well.
So Denzin thinks these Darkus and Howlers for Strong Team Dog. I don't know anything about Strong Team Dog.
Neither do I.
But it looks like an 80s rock group with
With guns.
Yeah.
It's is it another 2000 AD thing, isn't it?
Yeah, they're
so.
from they're from that and like Judge Dredd and like, well, not Judge Dredd, but yeah,
Same universe.
I think. I don't know.
I don't know.
It's all really weird.
Okay, so next up we have Geezer UK. Is this Age of Sigmar as well?
Yeah, all Warhammer Fantasy is Age of Sigmar.
Yeah, they're now what's called the Free Guild.
Yep.
So they're whatever the Empire mutated into as part of the new Age of Sigmar and the Mortal Realms.
I see. Okay, cool.
I miss Bretonnians.
They're all dead, John. They're all dead.
They had the nicest models. I mean, screw Empire, man. Bretonnia was where it was at.
Bugger Off really wants us to read 2000 AD.
I don't want to read 2000 AD.
I'm reading World War Hulk at the minute. I've read it so many times. I'm just rereading it again, and it's so good. And after it, I've got a few other books that I'm going to be reading. I have no interest in 2000 AD. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, Mick.
He's not actually sorry.
I don't. You cannot entice me into 2000 AD just by saying there's tanks in it, because there's tanks in nearly everything these days. There's even tanks in Age of Sigmar.
Go to a pet shop, John. There's tanks there.
I can go to a pet shop and look at a tank. They have little swimmy things in it.
Oh, there's double links here. I see. I see what's happening here now. So, oh, that looks cool with them all like lined up together. The Free People's Hellblaster Volley Gun. Volley Gun looks terrifying. And more Spectre operators from Piers. There's so much detail in these, like, because it looks like they're primed in black, and then he's just painting over.
It just really feels like it's like tabletop Call of Duty Black Ops.
Oh, it pretty much is.
Yeah.
Blops.
Just with less focus on time to kill and KD ratios.
So here we have Soldado working on roller derby girls for Wild in the Streets. I've never heard of Wild in the Streets.
Neither have I.
That takes roller derby to a whole new disturbing level, and I would totally watch it.
Roller derby wouldn't work really well in like Dreadball. If they had a roller derby team.
Yeah.
There is a roller derby team in
Is there?
Dreadball. Yeah.
Interesting.
I can't remember their
I don't
names,
remember
but
them.
I know I actually have a box of them.
Oh, well.
Olive Drab, Primaris Marine. About 25,000 people beat me to it.
I've never painted a Space Marine. I've always looked and decided I don't like the proportions, so no thanks. The Primaris came along and then $199 for 3 Marines and some paints. So this was for the magazine, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yes, for Conquest, yeah.
I was tempted to get it just to like paint some Marines as well, but then I thought like we have tons of Marines here. Like I can just ask John, give me a Marine, I want to paint one.
Have you got a spare Primaris? Yeah, we do.
Look at my hordes. That looks great though.
That does look really nice.
Mm-hmm.
Are you gonna say what you've been up to, or
I'm gonna... Yeah. Do you want me to go grab one? Or two?
if you like, if you
I'll-
want to show
I'll
it
go
off,
grab
or
one.
you want to keep it for later?
No, because there is going to be no later, because they're probably going to get repainted.
Sure, bring it in. Yeah, John brought in some Space Marines today, and in typical John fashion, they're all painted the way John would like to have them painted.
I thought you were going to say the way that John would like to be painted.
Yeah, that too. But they're fantastic. I think they're a little bit dark, but I think it suits well. And some people are not going to like him, but he said he was doing the research over the weekend. And he realized that he's not the first person to do this. But yeah, we'll see them. He's coming in now. I think people will generally quite like these. I know I did.
What way do you want me to do this? Do you want me to take pictures and email them?
Yes, sure.
Yeah, I'll just do that then.
Email them.
To your work account?
No.
You could
Email
Facebook
them
to
to
you.
Ben, and Ben can upload them to
Okay.
Imager.
What?
If that works.
Why are you giving me more work? Oh god.
To
Imager, please, Ben.
Yeah, alright.
I don't think this is going to work in a white background, but whatever. Let's go for it. See what happens. Have you got a nice...
Yeah, that might work. It's a bit shiny.
No, let's try it with this first. Let's see what
This is what happens. By the way, Recon,
No, that's awful.
Recon says there's no wikis for us because of, I think maybe something to do with Strontium Dog. Okay, we'll let John do that, and we'll move on.
Carry
So
on.
because we have Manda's fantastic gifts here, the turnaround gifts, from Bad Squid of Games. Always fantastic painting job. Immediately I noticed on Jarl Thargurgap. You can kind of see
Fucking hell, I
the
can't
brush.
say her name.
Man, you
Lagatha.
swore.
Ben!
I did swear.
Language.
I did swear.
You
Lagatha.
can, I would just suggest that just be careful of your brush strokes on the back of this cape here, unless maybe that's looking or attempting scratches. If so, I would maybe attempt like a few glazes of the original red, just to like bring those scratches into focus. But at the minute, it looks like just a little bit of too much dry brush. But overall, it looks fantastic. The horse looks great as well. Very cool. I like the depth of field you're getting there with. It comes in and out of focus, but that's cool.
I would say there's maybe a bit too much of the snow effect, perhaps, on the hooves and the boots, maybe. But other than that, it looks okay. So
I guess if you're riding around in snow all day, it would freeze into the hair, sure.
You want me to send these to Ben?
Yeah, please. And the Minotaur from Joe K Minis. Joe K does some fantastic stuff, and that looks an amazing paint job, actually.
yeah, I really
Very
like his
nice.
sort of sci-fi Atlantean, sci-fi Greek stuff. It's really cool.
So now we have Piers as well, more working on... Oh, wow, that is very interesting camouflage. Looks like underwater. Very cool. That's a very big gun for that vehicle as well.
That's what... No, I'm not going to say that. That's an idiot mounted on something I've never seen.
Is that a custom build, or is that an
It
actual...
should be a custom build, because it doesn't look like it would be a real vehicle to me. Someone's going to tell me I'm wrong and show me a picture of a real one, and I'm just going to go and eat some crow.
And then we've got the house as well. That looks great. I love the plaster work. That looks real, actually. Very nice. Fohammer 88. Working on more of his Aldari stuff, I think. Kill Team Jungle Terrain. I think it's just
Yeah.
I love the the pus, the bubbles. That's very nice. Great use of aquarium plants. I'm always kind of hesitant looking at aquarium plants whenever we bring it in here. They do fit. They're always. I feel like they're always too bright.
I mean, you can always hit them with a bit of matte varnish or something like that to kill that sort of sheen and vibrancy on them a bit.
I've been proven wrong.
I think those pictures have sent Ben.
And then we have some Ashen Oak from Volsung from 144 Artist. So got some work in progress stuff here. Very nice.
Oh, what a lovely message, John.
I thought that title of that email would get your attention.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, here we go. Martin 45 working on some very ethereal looking horsemen.
Ooh.
They are
are
splendid.
So shiny.
Hold on, let's is this a good high-res image that we can bring into Photoshop and get a good zoom in on this?
It's very much a neon sort of thing going on.
That's very nice. I like that. Particularly since it looks as if so this is imagine the fog of war where everything is really smoky and you can't see anything other than the shadows of the horses.
Yeah.
And then as you rise up, you've got the light effect hitting, say sunlight or the moonlight hitting here, and then you have up here where the fog is kind of settled a bit. It's very nice, very cool. That is a huge army there in that top image.
It's amazing looking.
What are these? Wow.
I've Skyped you the link, Lance.
Thank you, Ben. Let me hopefully get that without destroying the setup.
Everything.
Please.
I can do it via Facebook if you need it.
Aha!
Okay, let me just quickly flick to this. Nope, that's not working. How do I get rid of the chat? There we go. It's okay. Let me quick.
What have
flick
you
back.
done?
There we go. That's fine. We're all good. And there we go. Here's John's Marines.
My two Primaris that I've been... So I went to Games Workshop on Saturday, as I said, Warhammer store, and bought the easy build Reavers and the easy build Intercessors. I was like, £20. If I get it wrong, I get it wrong. It doesn't matter. I didn't want to spend a lot of money on a 10-man unit, if anything, so I wanted to try and do this whole olive drab sort of World War II-y sort of thing. They turned out way too dark for my liking. The weathering and chipping I put on was way too fine, so you can't see it after all the washes.
I kind of see it there.
The only thing I really liked was the eyes. I love the Reavers.
eyes are really cool.
I love the Reaver's helmet, how it turned out. Genuinely looks angry. But it's kind of like a proof of concept that if I lighten that green a little bit, I like how the pouches and the straps and belts have turned out. The sort of really faded sort of canvasy look. So they're probably going to find their way into some paint stripper soon, and then we'll start again. And we'll do it properly this time.
I like how, I would call that finished. I'd be like, yeah, that looks great. Let's go. Where you're thinking yeah, let's strip that again.
Yeah,
start over again.
Let's just start that over again.
shows the comparison between a hobby painter and a professional painter.
Oh, Jerry, I actually painted an Imperial Guardsman using modern British Army multicam. It took days. And it was for a Golden Demon entry, which didn't get anywhere. So
Hold on, John. Look at the rust on this helmet.
Oh,
And even on the chainmail as well. Just
Do you-
that little subtle bit.
do you know what's really awesome about it? Is that he's
Everything.
actually getting away with having this really vibrant turquoisey blue and a really vibrant green.
yeah.
It's actually working, and they're clashing so much that it just works. It makes them feel even weirder.
That is beautiful stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely amazing. I really love that project. Next we have Quirion working on this is the 5 orcs that Wardrum somehow managed to build. Very cool. I love the half tone
Yep.
on his face. That is very cool. Orcs, they're so colourful for what they have.
Mm. A lot of people seem to be doing this sort of more cartoony, very colourful orc lately.
That's because like
It does work.
orcs tend to facilitate cartoony paint schemes, I think,
Yeah.
because they're so like wacky in a way.
I think people still associate them with their sort of the way that they're presented in way they were presented in Warhammer Fantasy and in Warhammer 40k as kind of like crazy weirdos and stuff. So
Oh, the drum looks excellent on this.
Yeah, the drummer does look really good. Didn't realise that he was going to have like 3 or 4 models carrying it.
I didn't realise the drum was going to be that like huge compared to the minis. I
Yeah.
thought it was quite small. Ah, that looks so cool. I love it.
it is awesome. Yeah.
Very nice, and he's got his own thread as well, so you can see what he's been working on recently. Rampage Kickstarter game titles. Oh, these are the interlocking stuff.
Hmm.
Very nice. I suppose like these dungeon tiles would be quite easy to do because then be a lot of just like prime and then dry brush.
Yeah.
Maybe like a bit of moss and stuff. Getting into recess, but
I mean, it depends how far you want to go with it. I mean, you could go as crazy as the guy in Weta that's put that Kickstarter up. Like, I seen the tested video of him
Is that not
and
his
Adam
full-time
Savage
job,
talking
or
about
is
that table.
Was that his full-time job or was that his hobby?
I think that was his hobby after work. I think he
That's-
downed tools from his job and immediately turned to the other computer and continued working on
Yes,
his other
yeah.
project. That is commitment that I will just probably never have.
Yeah.
He says as he paints in here and goes home and paints.
Yeah, because he built it in Weta as well.
Yeah.
So like,
Mhm.
like whenever I'm done with a full days of editing, that's not what I want to go home and do. Just do another day of editing.
See, you have the luxury of going home and painting something,
Mm.
whereas I have the luxury of going home and
You can go
being
home and
faced
edit something if you
and
want.
being faced with something that I should paint, but in reality I'm going to play Fallout 4 for the next 6 hours.
These Volsung characters look fantastic. I love the base on this one because like it's very fitting.
It's
I feel.
proper colonial pith helmet wearing blunderbuss carrying.
You know what as well? I can see this like being run into. I know Volsung is very steampunk, but imagine this in a create your own Jumanji game.
Yeah.
That'd be cool.
We watched the recent Jumanji.
Is it any good?
It's surprisingly okay.
It's actually
for
quite
what it
fun.
is.
Yeah.
And you know it's kind of linked even into the Robin Williams one, which we'll grow up loving. But it's very good watching Dwayne Johnson be a teenage boy who's very insecure about himself.
Yeah.
Gotta admit, he has got a fair decent set of acting chops on him.
Mhm.
He is
And even-
improving every movie. He's in.
Even
As I was going to say, as they say, if you've got a terrible movie, if you add the Rock into it, suddenly makes it worth watching. So.
So here we have Jam Jars. I was going to say Jam Jars. Jam Jarst. Yafara Battlesuit.
Navara Battlesuit.
John, you're very into your.
I like my toy.
I was going to say
Guns?
Gundam.
Oh, yeah.
This just reminds me of Gundam.
Toy stuff is very much Gundam, Pat Labor, and all that sort of classical sort of anime with big robots.
Is there
big
anything you would
stuffy
change
robots.
about this? I would maybe like scuff the feet a bit, but then this could be like out of factory or something.
Toy stuff. I remember the first Toy Codex where it was like everything was pristine, not a scratch, no nothing, and then they actually made them a little more scuffed up and stuff in the later codices, and it was like, I'm not sure which one I prefer. I like both in a way. I look at a really clean toy suit and I'm like, that's awesome. Then I look at a really beaten up one and go, that's just as awesome. I can't decide.
There's no middle ground. I'm just reading through the comments there. But next we have Blip Virtus working on some Blood Red Skies.
Steve, I see that comment in there. Almost as icky as Lucius Pattern Tanks and Titans. You shut up. Nothing wrong with Lucius. Bring back Lucius Pattern Tanks, Forge World.
These little planes, they're so cute sitting on the battlefield. I can see why you enjoyed it, John.
Oh, it's so good. It's so good. Ben, you and I we should have played it at the boot camp.
We should have played it, but I'm going to be over at the end of October, start of November, so we'll have to play it then. So
yeah, we'll have to play it then.
We'll have to. Are you going to bring over your Burrows and Badgers? Because we'll probably have to get a game of that, sure.
Well, I will be bringing a bigger bag, so yes, I guess so.
I think you should, because, you know, none of us have... A couple of us have a couple of models, but none of us know how to play the game, and we probably don't have enough models to play.
I have so many of them, they're all up here.
I bought like 8 or 9 at UK Games Expo. I have enough.
I think like if we got a game in, Ben, it'd be very worthwhile.
I'm going to try and do something that's going to make people sick now, but look at all these lovely models.
Hold on, let me switch to not that
to
camera,
all Ben.
to all Ben.
If you can see those.
Yeah, we
can
them.
see those.
Very nice. My goodness. That's
Someone's committed.
That's very cool, though.
Yeah.
So, essentially then, Ben, end of October, you have to get yourself some Spitfires. Oh wait, no, we have like 12 of them. And I have to paint my B&B.
I think this sounds like a great trade.
I think it does. It means you don't have to do anything.
It's very true. I have to do nothing at all. And just come and have fun.
Yep.
I love the highlight of green on these blades.
Mm-hmm. That's a really nice set of Terminators.
I love the background as well, by the way.
Like it's like spaghetti western meets 40K.
That game mat, and then the background, which I assume is just like a bit of a wallpaper kind of thing that you printed out. That works excellent.
I am half expecting John Wayne to be in the background though. It's like us and Jared Butler. If you see a desert or you see a western style or something, John Wayne's got to be there.
I can only imagine John Wayne riding up. They're like, "Howdy, pilgrims," and then them replying back, "Howdy, heretic."
Howdy, imperial citizen. Out of our way.
Cal Jericho is basically the Clint Eastwood of 40K, though. So.
I think we have a box out there. We've
a box.
We've been cleaning up the office after the boot camp and taking some stuff out to our storage. But I was like having a little nosy through some of the just bits boxes we have of random things.
They're terrifying.
Yeah, random things we've unboxed over the years and they've just been added up. But there's like these kind of like dungeon traps and stuff in one of them, and I thought they were so cool because like some of them were really inventive traps that I've never really seen before.
So you stole them, didn't you? Basically,
no,
you
stole them out there.
Yeah, I'm sure they are. You stole them, didn't you?
I'm tempted.
You're going to steal. You're pre-admitting to a crime.
Yeah. See, the thing is, I have to get them before John gets them now.
I don't care.
All right, okay.
You can take them if you want.
But these look great. I think on this flame, the flame wouldn't have
it's just
the ink, so maybe highlight that.
It's just a little grubby. That's all that's wrong with it. If you want to go back over the oranges and the reds and stuff with a clean layer of paint, that will improve tenfold.
Yeah. So just yeah, I think we'd just recommend to highlight that just a little bit more with to take off that grubbiness, as you say, with the inks. That would work so much better. Very cool. Oh my goodness,
More Space Marines.
these are very bright.
They are.
So blue and yellow, so contradicting colours.
Make my guys look like they're just painted black. By comparison.
I think we spied some of these before in a project.
Yeah, I'm totally repainting my guys.
Yeah. So here we have some more pictures of them, a little bit better in detail.
It's a really contrasty scheme, like the green on the bolt rifle, the blue of the armor, the yellow of the helmet, and then the tan of the pouches and scabbards and stuff. It's really... I'm not sold on the green on the rifle, to be honest. That's my only criticism. The rest of it, totally cool.
Maybe a different shade of green? Maybe like a darker green?
Possibly a darker green. Yeah, possibly a darker green.
I can't, there we go.
Well, what you could do, I mean, this is totally just personal opinion. If you went a slightly darker green, and then put a yellow stripe around the weapon as well, like around the end of it, because then that ties it to the color of the helmets as well, and you get a bit of sort of uniformity to it.
What about like a yellow on the arm, the handguard? Is that the handguard?
Possibly, yeah.
Because then that would tie it in. They look like Nerf guns, maybe.
Nerf Marines? That'll be kind of fun.
Alright, Doug the Fug, working on more Saga minis. Some very cool stuff.
Saga is really a subject for Lloyd.
Yeah, I feel like if we should just do a hobby hangout with just Doug the Fug's work and just have Lloyd. We can just like, Lloyd, look at this, and then we can leave.
Yeah.
For a while.
We could make a cup of tea and go for a walk up the town and good Lord.
Yeah,
we've seen
this, didn't we? But
we've seen it last week, but we hadn't got this far with it.
We didn't see the snow effect.
Good God, man. That is stunning work. He does look a bit Terminator-y with the red eyes though.
Dun, 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 dun.
It does have a bit of...
Yeah.
Yeah.
It might just be the photography work or something. I don't know. Maybe.
I don't care. It's friggin' gorgeous. Anyway.
It might be after a certain scene, which I don't want to spoil. But
why has he been crying?
Yeah.
Oh.
Just having a wee sob.
He knows nothing.
He's just realised he knows nothing.
So what was this here? This is Panzer Kaputs. This was this a battle loop? I think this was in the community spotlight, Ben, was it?
Yeah, he'd put together a project log where he was showing off his 5-player ship battle, which was really cool. And that, so yeah, I gave him a community spotlight and a golden button for that, which was really neat. But yeah, I really loved all the ships and the painting they'd done for this. It was just a shame when you saw the table and there was like 4 painted ships and then one that was clearly not painted. And it was like, the ghost ship! Ooh.
Hello, Patton.
So here we go with more from Yanis, 1004. Some, as we said previously, like he always usually puts up one mini, but the attention to detail that he brings into them is fantastic. Really love it.
Dave Hall says in the chat, many years ago, a colleague of mine was interviewing a guy named John Connor, and my colleague got into trouble after tapping out the tune on the table.
Brilliant.
I have a story about John Connor and Sarah Connor. So I lived in nearby Port Town, just about 4 miles out of here, and I used to walk to the shop because it was like my house and the shop, but there was a graveyard right in between it. There was a playground and a graveyard, which together is pretty terrifying, but
it's quite freaky, yeah.
Whenever
at least the kids are always near
the
their
graveyard
grandparents.
was so close to the pathway, the pavement, that you could see the names in the graves.
Yeah.
And one of the graves had Sarah Connor, and another one right beside it had John Connor, and I was looking at them like, it's happened. The Terminators won.
And like right next to a playground, which is synonymous from that scene in Terminator
Oh
2.
yeah.
It didn't have a wire fence, so
It should. It should have a wire fence between it and the graveyard. Let's just really hammer this cliche for a
Maybe
while.
someday, John, I'll take you to see the gravesite.
And
Or
I'll
maybe
put up
it's
a
not there anymore.
I'll put up a fence.
What if it's not there?
See if it's
It
not
is nearing
time traveled.
Halloween, so probably someone's attached a plastic skeleton to it now.
That's what I. Oh, do you know what I need to do? They're selling those in Sainsbury's, like plastic skeletons. I'm gonna have to get one, paint it all up burnt, and stick it to like a fence out there. Rip Sarah written on it.
Oh dear, John, we've gone too far.
We have gone too far. Let's talk about Fallout 4. Oh look, Fallout. And Dogmeat and Nora. Well, totally not Nora, but definitely Nora.
I really like what people have been painting up the Fallout stuff in really bright attire, and it makes sense because if they're just coming out of the vaults, especially the ones like the ones that we've played in Fallout 4, it's usually like there's in Fallout 3 anyway, they come out of just a really clean vault, so it would make sense to paint them really clean. And then over time, you get more and more grubby.
You get grubby.
That's cool as well, like shading the mutants in that blue.
Yeah.
That works for the green muscle.
They're see, to me they should look grubby as all hell.
You think then they're too bright?
They might be too bright.
I kind of like it because
I like it.
I
Yeah.
feel like if it's a video game and it's a creative material, they should glow because they're mutants.
Well,
I feel like
I suppose if FEV glows, the super mutants may as well glow too.
I think yeah. I don't think they're too bright. This here, that's cool.
Oh, the Hound is terrifying.
I've seen some people do these in like the skin tone colors.
Which makes them look even worse. It's like,
Yeah, but I really love the green, especially with the shadows of blue. That blue shadow, so good. You can see even the muscular tone, the back. That is a weird muscular.
Where's
his other trap?
It doesn't matter. They're super mutants.
He's got two huge traps.
Lance, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Don't get hung up on it.
Where's his V?
I like
Backpacks.
I kind of
Backpacks return.
Backpacks return. I kind of like the fact that super mutants look like they're like trying to wear vault suits. It's like remnants.
They've killed someone and just using it as a skirt. Yeah.
That's a trophy.
They've broken into a vault and killed everybody.
Dun dun dun.
Because that's how
probably
Fallout
more
works.
likely. So next up we have Horatio Zero Zero.
Harati nose blower.
With some more tie. Is this with
Which
metallic shift paints? No, it's just.
He's done a smooth airbrush covering using MiG ammo, warhead blue and copper to use as police drones for his GURPS campaign.
They're so cool.
That's cool for police drones. Yeah, very cool. John, I'm gonna let you take over this because I need a glass of water.
Oh.
I need something to drink.
Well,
So I'm just gonna let you run through, chat with Ben, have fun with Ben. Ben won't bite. He's lovely.
you say as he starts making like teethy faces at me. That's the thing. Ah, right. How do we work all this? Which button is the off button so I know not to press it?
Did you manage to get to the next page?
I assume we're on page 53 now.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah, we are.
Next one's from Yoshi.
It is, yep.
Now
Well, that
these
was
were the...
He's just wait. He's returned. You can have this pilot seat back. Oh no, don't sit there.
That's nice to be on this side.
Yeah. Alright, fair enough. You want me to do the scrolling then?
I can come back. I won't hear what Ben is working on.
Oh yeah, you'll need to.
Yeah. So we'll switch over at once more. I thought it would take a minute to get water, but I was wrong.
It is a matter of like turning a tap on.
We're looking at Yoshi stuff. We saw this previously. We not. I've been looking at it anyway. What do you think of this, John?
Are they done as Polish Brigade?
Now, this is the thing that I got wrong, because I called them Brits, but they're actually Polish Airborne. Which, so yeah, but very, very cool.
The colour of the berry gives it away, Ben.
I didn't know! I thought it was just a creative choice. Yeah.
Historians,
they are very, very cool.
Historical people don't make creative choices, Ben.
If only we could go back a page, because we have a resident Saga expert with us nearby. But next we have Senji Makoto looking at War Machine. Or no, these are it's Privateer
Monster
Press,
Apocalypse.
Monster Apocalypse. I find these little bug things really cute.
they're more cute than they ought to be, really.
Like, I don't know anything about the game. I didn't watch any of the live stream or didn't like see anything about it. But yeah, they all look really
Saga! We've been passing a load of Saga stuff.
Yeah.
Lloyd.
Doug the Fog has been working through the Saga stuff.
Anyway, let's stop talking about Saga and let's talk about this tank.
Look at this tank.
Let's have a look at
the
this tank.
smoking hottie.
I see a really gorgeous freehand job on the side of that turret. I'll just call it a pin-up. It's a pin-up.
Everything, like, this is from Fohammer's work, and I absolutely love his paint schemes, because he always does... He does battle damage very uniquely, where it's like... It's black, and then he highlights just the tiniest wee bit. He does a lot of, like, cool scratches. Everything is clean. But whenever he does battle damage, he paints it. He doesn't seem to like sponge it on.
I probably should have just called it a pin-up first, because now I've just really set the chat off.
Yeah. Oh dear.
Gorgeous work though. Really, really special stuff.
Like, I never even thought like highlighting each individual like track on this as well.
Yeah.
No,
I would have put some dust on the track personally, but I see the style that he's running with, and that style's perfect.
Yeah. No, is this
it matches up with the rest of his Conflict 47 stuff. That's
yeah.
I was going to say, is this a Conflict 47 thing, or is it he just made this?
It's a real tank.
Really?
Yeah. It's a Dozer Sherman with a flamethrower on it.
That's so cool. But he's crafted this thing.
Yeah, this sort of recovery walker thing that he's been.
Sundancer wants to know whether or not they actually did do that thing with the planks on the side of the tank.
They did, yes, in the Pacific. They did. They put planks, but they did a. This is weird. They did a big layer of concrete, like 4 inches of concrete, and then the boards. It's like the boards are like, you know the way you put wood up to like keep concrete in when you're pouring it, but then they just kept the wood on anyway.
Oh, cool.
Oh, so here's the rollerblade group by Soldado. You know what? They would look really good in like a Game of Wolfsman. I think they'd be pretty funny. They get objectives, but they'd be really flimsy. They'd be like the game of the goblins for you, Ben.
Yes.
So next we have Warhammer Grimace with some epic diorama kind of pictures here. That is a fantastic scene. Holy crap.
I don't know where that M36 has come from, but that's not a standard wargaming model.
Maybe Scratch built it.
No. It's a kit, but I don't know what it is.
Still, I really love the dedication to like creating the board there.
Yeah.
I don't know what's going on in the background of this one.
The Eldar are invading in the background.
So John, who would win, the Eldar or tanks?
Eldar.
Really?
Probably.
Next up we have Bothi, the Battle of Austerlitz, 15mm Austrian army from 1805. My goodness, the color schemes on these, that's...
Plenty of pomp and ceremony there.
Mm-hmm.
It's typical of the era, really. So bright and colourful. It's like we just all we need to know is that our army are the guys wearing white, and their army is the guys wearing blue.
The guys that are not wearing white. Next we have Sed 1106 with some cool autumn themed basing. I love the pumpkin here.
That pumpkin
like
is
rotting.
hilarious. It's got a tongue and legs. It's a dead pumpkin, man.
I love this one here in the background, just like it's creeping out. Very nice. I can't wait to see like what people do with Halloween themed stuff now coming up to it.
Was it you and I that came across the 40k miniatures that was Space Marines wearing pumpkins on their heads? Was it you and me, or was it someone else? I can't remember. But they bought like resin cast pumpkin heads, and they put those on Space Marines, and they were stood in pumpkin patch bases, and I was like, this is everything I love.
That is very cool.
Yeah.
Excuse me. So more Voltron stuff from 144 artist style. That checker skirt is really nicely done. It's very subtle, and it seems to be like it's very quite easy, but he seems to have made it work very nicely. The beautiful little butlers. I always want to see like what people do with these here. I want to see like someone. I know he's bringing dynamite, but I want to see someone like sculpt in like just an Ulster fry or something.
Ask Irish Steve, he could do that.
Yeah. Boba Fett, we're going to use Flickr, so we'll just skip that. Digimortal, if you want to come in and actually upload your pictures to the website or even to Imgur, or you can actually link to your Instagram.
It's a very cool Boba Fett model, I will say.
Flexer, thank you very much for hosting. If you don't know who that is, he is streaming this week in aid of anti-bullying campaign, if I believe. He knows a lot more about it than I do, but he's doing his streams for an absolutely amazing cause. So if you want to click in to his channel and give him a follow, check him out. I'm sure most people here know about him, but he's doing awesome stuff this week for an amazing cause. And any little amount that you can donate will help. I would have loved more help in the high school for bullying and stuff, I think, as everyone would. But next up, we have more stuff from Piers. Piers is flying through these models as well. My goodness.
Some Hungarians. There we go. And the big old flak bus is back. So.
We still don't know what this thing is.
I mean, it's amazing. That's all I know.
Oh, paint it yellow, have it as a bus. It's like a proper school bus. Convert it. That's what you should do for like Walking Dead. Get that vehicle and put it into the Walking Dead. That'd be so cool.
And you can shoot your kids to school. I mean... yeah.
Wow, Ben.
Careful.
That's trudging very harsh territory there. Yeah. Next we have some Frenchies for Blood and Plunder. I love the French models in Blood and Plunder. They all look so...
They're so suave.
So flawless, flamboyant and suave, as you say.
Yes.
They look... I just imagine every time they shoot their gun, their hats just go...
It just wobbles a bit, yeah.
I think out of any of the forces, I think the French are my favourite in bolt action.
Yep.
Or Blood and Plunder, bolt action, of course.
Blood action.
Blood action.
Yeah.
Man, these look cool. I wonder how long it would take for this thing to do a 3-point turn. I suppose you don't need to do a 3-point turn, you just swivel the gun.
Yeah. As long as it's on ice. Imagine if it was on ice and they fired that gun. It's like, we can go anywhere without driving.
It spins round.
Yeah.
Next we have Dirty Tree-Hugging Rebel Scum from Sundancer himself. Very cool.
In bits and bobs.
Some very bright greens there. I can't wait to see.
No, that's how they come. That's what happens when Darth Vader's gone through with his lightsaber and cut them all up. Yeah.
There's your Halloween diorama right there. Just put a
There's
load of
actually a wall,
foliage in the
wall
base of
scene.
that.
Yeah.
These aren't actually like trees or anything. They're just like lampposts that he's stuck people on top of.
This is getting very grim. We've hit several subjects that have been a little grim today.
I've been painting Toriel recently as a little side project. I love that people have side projects when they're painting minis. I don't think anything is a side project when you're painting minis. I think it's just work in progress until it's finished.
Everything requires commitment. Everything
Yeah.
requires time.
This here's a second scratch-built shuttlecraft. I don't know what this is for.
Who cares what it's for? It's
Well,
great.
I love even the sign here. It's stand clear.
Yep.
So this was the first one.
You can tell how much more confidence he's had after building the first one when he's tackling the second one.
I wonder if these were like toilet roll tubes. Because it kind of looks like it. That's cool.
They do look a bit like them, don't they?
But they have there's like a strange curvature to them.
I love the door in
Yeah.
the front as well. You just imagine it like flying in, opening up, and all these like armies. That looks maybe, I don't know. Is that maybe Infinity? I'm not too sure. Great stuff. Oh my goodness, look at the paint job in this. Bold Action Grenadiers from Leafer 1971.
Beautiful color choice. And getting splinter pattern camouflage on that helmet cover makes me cry. Doing that well makes me cry.
Fantastic.
I believe Leafer was actually at the boot camp.
Was he?
I think he was one of the guys that took part in the first game we
live
played on
stream?
Saturday.
Oh,
Yeah.
right, okay.
Yeah. So,
This is a problem when it comes to boot camps. Everyone introduces themselves. They're like, "Hi, I'm Lance. Hi, I'm John."
They all say their normal
And then-
names.
And then, you know, you could have maybe talked to them a few times, like on the website, or replied to them, and seen them all the time. But you're never really sure, which is unfortunate. I think the next time we have an event, I'm going to make sure that we have those "Hi, my name is something"
Yeah.
stickers, so that we can say like, "Hi, my name is Lance, aka Lancour's on the site," or something. Just so it's a little bit
Oh.
easier.
It was Glenn on the live stream. God.
There you go. Shall we move on?
One of our two awesome Canadians.
So here we have Andre working on these. Oh my goodness.
Zentian horrors. Yeah.
They are so old school it hurts.
Especially the ones in the bottom picture with their massive hands.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They look so silly.
I do not want to high five you, I'm sorry.
Custom t-shirts with both names in front and back so the audience can tell who's who and hobby. That'd be kind of cool.
That would be a good idea, though, yeah.
We could just get all white t-shirts and then just get like Sharpie markers. Name is Lance. Here we have Elysium 64 with this. I don't know what this is.
Just Starfinder miniature from that was done for Paizo.
Ah, okay. It's actually quite nice. Maybe a little bit of highlight, but I think that might be just the exposure on your camera.
Overall, that mini kind of reminds me of like early PlayStation 2 graphics for some reason. You look at it and you're like, that's really cool, but I can't quite place what's missing.
You think if she had a big sword, it'd be like a Final Fantasy character?
Oh, quite possibly. I mean, heck, she could be a Final Fantasy character anyway. It doesn't matter if she has a sword or a gun. God knows what Final Fantasy does half the time.
Next we have Bothy, and we have an awesome snow.
With some winter
Are they?
airborne.
I was going to say, are they US? Are
Yeah,
they?
101st Airborne.
I love this guy's face here. Looks utterly terrified, and this guy looks like he's just been shot.
The guy that looks terrified is loading his rifle going, the oil has frozen, the bullets won't go in. Oh my god, that guy has a tank.
The frost makes the bullets stick.
We have Red Cal X with Warband Bros and Badgers. I love that you've taken it outside, taken the pictures outside in the grass. I mean,
Their natural habitat
yeah.
is His wife and son are busy painting theirs and helping to update their project as well. That's really cool.
That is really, really nice.
So if you want, you can click into this project and see for yourself as well how it progresses. Great stuff. If you take your pictures outside, it's always fun. Adds that like nice dynamic feel and adventure to your minis, just like this. Like what
Yeah, just like the
Denzian's
Star
done with
Wars
the
outdoor
Wars
pictures
stuff.
now. And strange, you know, well placed for the minis because they do not look out of scale.
No,
The surroundings don't look weird.
that's really cool. I really like that.
All he's missing there is like clear bases.
Yeah,
You know, if those were clear bases right now, those troopers would look stunning on that.
I'm also really glad that you have lots of the Burrows and Badgers miniatures, Laughing Boy, because you need more of them, and they're amazing. So.
I like what Tuffy here says that your grass needs cutting.
TK421.
Here we have Amanda pinning up more Wasteland warfare stuff. That Alicization, fantastic. I
Dog
really
meat
love
with goggles and dog meat without goggles.
Fallout's goodest boy for Fallout.
It's the goodest boy, the finest doggo.
I love the clean look on these Volt
Yeah.
minis. I think the clean and the bright works really well for Fallout because
Yep.
I think you're meant to have fun on it, and I think making it really too gritty.
Kate, the character with the worst Irish accent I've ever heard.
Victoria Vasily from Heresy Girls Kickstarter by Heresy. That would look kind of cool as a Fallout mini as well. Like just putting her into a Fallout universe.
She should just be put into every Kador army ever.
I was going to say Kador, yeah.
Because that is the biggest, baddest looking rifle ever. That's like a Barrett. It's like a big ass sniper rifle, and she's carrying it like it doesn't matter.
Like this started off with a lot of like Fallout minis.
Yeah.
But I think you could even like if you could put this into Fallout, and it would be a special character, a special NPC where you have to help on a quest.
So long as she's not one of the Minutemen, because who cares about them? Most hated faction ever.
And the Sleepy Mole Monk. Sleepy Mole Monk's really cute.
Yep.
I think anything in Burrows and Badgers, guaranteed. Have you seen Joe's Inktober posts? No. Have you seen them, Ben?
No. Oh, yes, I have. Yes, I have seen them.
Not like the people behind Oathsworn are Mike and Joe. Isn't it?
Mike and Joe, yeah. I'll find their Twitter so we can actually.
Mike is a phenomenal sculptor and like drawer, illustrator, but Joe this month has been participating in Inktober. Inktober is created by Jack Parker in order to just get people drawing things throughout October, and usually hand draw. And it always has a category of like 30 topics, 30 themes. So one is like poisonous. I think that was the first day. But Joe has also been working on this stuff. And as you can see, oh my goodness, this takes me into the app. I don't want that. Here we go. So Oathsworn Joe has also been drawing just like random little pieces as well. And like, look at the detail on the wasp or the honeybee.
That's awesome.
And you can see like.
I was going to say the best thing about Michael's stuff as well is that he's just using a biro. I think Joe's doing the same as well.
Yeah.
But they're just doing it. They're just scribbling something out, and they always look amazing. And it's like, God damn you! I failed at colouring in a goblin. How can
they're incredibly talented people, and I'm not surprised that Burrows and Badgers has like succeeded in the way it has, because they deserve it after seeing what they're also capable of. As I said before, I love the background. I love the Western take on.
Still needs John Wayne.
Need John Wayne in there.
Yep, needs more John Wayne.
Is there any minis?
Jonatus Waynian of the chapter Lucky Punk. I don't know what. That's not even the same person. Anyway.
Nope.
No. Let's just forget I did that. Let's. Yeah.
So here we have Mage working on.
These are the guys from Warplock, the Albanonicans.
Let's see if I can brighten this picture just a little bit. There we go. That's a little bit better. So, these are very
Fancy
interesting.
looking stuff.
Yeah, these are Warplock.
Yeah, Warplock Miniatures, the guys that do Arcworld.
Uh-huh.
So it's run by that guy Alex, I believe his name is. Yeah.
I really like the Witch Doctor of Warplock.
Yeah. I love their elves. Their feral elves look amazing. They have like this really wild fey nature to them, and I really want to pick them up just to paint them. But
I think what I would suggest on this here, because you can kind of see like the brush strokes a little bit, but just maybe a glaze, just to take that down a little bit.
Possibly, yeah.
Well, and that looks very good.
also, would you say that potentially the paint was too thick on these? I think maybe thinning the paints down a bit, maybe.
Maybe a little.
Yeah.
I like the bases on these. I remember seeing Mage do these bases before, and I was a little bit unsure. But now I've kind of grown to them because it looks as if it's just tufts of grass that have just died.
Yeah.
Like it's almost like it's got plant poisoning on random patches.
It's just very simple and effective.
Yeah.
That's all. That's all it needs to be.
True
Very
that.
cool stuff. Mage, if you have any potential of like brightening up your images, I think a darker background would help your minis a lot better because they're just coming off a little bit bright. I think what we mentioned before of like brightening the like flames, fire is a source of light, so I think if you can like brighten up the flames, I would suggest on this guy. But other than that looks pretty cool. Some Star Wars Legion. Some red Star Wars Legion, so that's going to be interesting.
The thing that's really interesting is that set at the bottom, actually, which are like heavily armored, not stormtroopers, but stormtroopers, which I thought was really cool.
Oh, those are.
Are they Dreamforge?
Yeah, they're Dreamforge.
Like the old Eisenkern.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're the Eisenkern. We still have a few of those knocking around somewhere.
But yeah, when I saw those, I was like, yeah, that's what a stormtrooper should look like.
That's a stormtrooper that could hit something. Maybe. Well, look, more blood red skies.
More planes.
Yeah, just to mention as well that Flicker's talking about the black backgrounds versus white. I think it depends on your camera and what it's capable of.
Yep.
If you've got a camera that you can do manual settings on, you can kind of get away with white backgrounds because you can automatically set focus and etc. But I think for phones and stuff, I think dark backgrounds, as long as you have a light source to help.
That's why I stole the piece of padding out the back of your chair for my pictures.
That's why I'm getting sore back now.
Yeah. I see it was practically not in the chair anyway, so I was like,
yeah, I
I'll
can't
have
get
that.
I can't get that thing to sit still.
Okay.
It's annoying, but we need it. I need it. It's good for my back.
Gorgeous looking zeros. Although
Doesn't matter what you paint these things, they all look cute to me.
they all do, yeah. Although I would have put your transfers on before doing your pin wash.
Oh yeah.
You see what I mean? So you would have had at least the panel lines running through that as well. But I mean, that's a fix you can do at any time if you ever feel like you want to do it. You know. It's
Now,
not
of course, I've watched your tutorials, John, so I obviously know the answer. But how do you achieve a pin wash? What does it mean?
I watched your tutorials, but I'm going to ask you anyway.
For the benefit of the people at home.
Well, essentially what you need to do is you need to gloss varnish the whole thing. Preferably a spray or an airbrush gloss varnish. Then get your, either if you're working with Warhammer stuff, Null and Oil, you're working with Army Paint or its dark tone, and thin that down 50-50 water with tone, and then take a small brush and just draw the lines in with it.
Ah, okay. Right.
So you
Fair
might need
enough.
to watch the tutorials again, Ben, because you clearly didn't pick up that 5-minute segment where I talked about that.
Do.
Do you not see Ben writing down his notes there?
I've seen that, the pen going.
Talk slower, John, for the benefit of the people.
Yeah.
How do you spell that?
Sundancer as well, actually. I thought zeros were white as well, but then I got told off by other playing enthusiasts that know a lot more than I do that said they're actually more of a light tan. And I was like, oh, okay. Didn't know which colour that was at the time.
Oh, Warren.
Hello, Warren.
Let the big guy in.
What do you
What's
want?
Well,
We're looking at planes, and now we're looking at pirates.
oh, love me some pirates. I'm having withdrawal symptoms from the Blood and Plunder week. So
Yeah.
we're going to be announcing the winners of that very soon.
Is it for this weekender coming, or?
We've done now. We've opened a brand new prize center.
Oh, right, yes. Okay.
Very fancy. So to
Thank
try and help us keep on, because we give away more prizes than anyone else in the world, we
fact.
need a prize center. So for logged in users on Beasts of War on tabletop now, if they click claim a prize,
Okay,
it takes them through to the prize
Get off
center. And in the prize center, they can claim a prize, but they can also see we have everything from Gen Con up. So every prize that we give away now will be logged in there, and you can see who the winner of it was.
cool. So no
you wanna
longer
bring it
are
up?
we
Bring it up.
going are we going to get questions.
Well, we will always get questions. We'll always get questions.
Asking,
Bring it up.
So where do we
So
find
go to
it?
more.
Okay, so let
Right,
me
so-
go to full browser.
Yeah, so go to more.
More.
Go claim a prize.
Claim a prize.
Now you have to be logged in for this. Okay,
Well,
so
I'm not logged in.
log in.
Okay, let us go over here to our beautiful faces, so we don't see my passwords.
Well, you can't say it anyway.
John.
I need to go to
Password is
Justin's
password 123.
Turkish barber, so as I can look like a Ken doll or a couple of Ken dolls kind of molded together after extreme heat.
Hold on.
Did you see how odd his face was with the
Yes.
eyebrows done?
Yes.
Hold on.
I looked at it
It's-
through a camera and I was like,
I love this story because Justin talked about going to Turkish barber, and then I realised he's talking about the place that's not below him, but below and to the right.
Oh, you're joking me. So everything that Justin needs in life is within 50 meters of where he sleeps.
it's on the ground floor.
So he goes down and out to his office. He goes down and down to his feeding station, to his trough, as we call it. And then he goes down out in a little bit, and then he's into his Kendall guy. Awesome.
Because I thought whenever he was talking about that, I thought, oh, Justin's went across the bridge.
Yep. No, not a chance. Not a chance. We've been looking at a little bit of extra space, and we've found a dirty sex dungeon nearby. So I took Justin into it today. It was funny. The guy that's renting it is a really old, decrepit old shed, right?
Yeah,
And I winked at the guy that was renting it. I'd spoken to him earlier in the morning. He took us in, and we walked in, and the guy says, he starts pointing at the walls. He says, "So if you put your chains up there, and you can have your rack of whips over here." And Justin starts to panic. He's going, "What?" So yeah, I had a bit of fun this morning.
Shall we talk about the prize?
Yes, at the prize center.
Okay,
So
so
you click
click
into
more,
claim a
click
prize.
claim a
Yeah,
prize.
takes you into the prize center.
It goes straight.
So here you get all the blurb that you would normally get in the prize thing. There you get your form to submit for a prize. Stop it, Lance. You're not getting anything. Nothing for you. No prizes for you, and no sandwiches for the police. You are such a git. Right. Go down. Keep going down. You get to the interesting bit. Oh yes, here's the bit. Here the interesting bit. All the disclaimers, because everybody needs something to hide behind. And then you have the people that are in charge of the prizes. So look at this. We have the Master of Prizes. We then have the chap who whips the Master of Prizes. We then have the whipper of the whipper, and then we have Drax, and he's a bit too small to hold a whip. So, okay, so then down, and then you're into the prizes. So Blood and Plunder Week will be announcing soon.
Okay.
Okay, scroll down. Bolt Action projects you'll be announcing soon, John. And then these are all the winners.
These are all the past winners.
Yeah. So some of you guys who are watching may even see your name in some of these.
I'm trying to see if we can notice the name here. No, I don't recognize any of the names here.
Yeah.
From the chat. But
Well,
fantastic stuff.
if I can talk to our community for a moment,
Yeah,
okay?
sure.
Because Jim has just said a good dominatrix will always keep a layer clean. You would have loved this, Jim, because Justin went into pure builder mode.
Sure.
You know why he does, right? You take Justin into a complete shithole, and
Or
you just
it needs.
he starts going, oh, no, he needs
no,
this, no, he needs that. So Justin said, oh, I know how to fix this place up completely. We'll just PVA this from top to bottom. We'll just PVA the whole thing. And the guy's going, what? And, oh, I've done it before. I know what I'm talking about. So don't worry, Jim. Our little baldy dominatrix will keep the place clean. So
Did they do the builder's exhale?
oh yes, it was like sucking the money out of your wallet. You know, it's like.
Have you ever noticed he does that on a day-to-day basis when you're having a conversation? He's like, right, Justin, what are you up to? Well,
Yes.
this is what I'm at.
Right, should we get back to Hobby Hangout?
Yeah, sorry guys, I'll leave you. Hi Ben! Ben, you looking lovely, man!
I always
Ben,
love
what's that strange gap in my beautiful audio acoustic treatment there behind your head? What's going on there?
Oh, that's where a tile has
Somebody
slightly slid down the
translate
wall.
that to me.
That's
So
why the tile has slightly slid down the wall.
Oh, you've got
But it will
sliding
be-
walls. What have you been doing? Right.
Lots and
I'm
lots of
away. Thank you very much, guys. It's always nice to come in and interrupt. I'll let you get on.
Oh, Warren, here. It's your other hat.
That's right, it's your doppelganger.
That is me! That is me! Burger 15, if you're not watching this, I love you. You look just like me. I'm attracted to you. Okay, see you later, guys.
Right. Now, we've been distracted long enough. Let's move back to our painting. So Burger 15, otherwise known as the other Warren.
You know he was spitting on it the entire time.
Of course he was. He always needs to extract his body fluid somewhere. So this is the pumpkin knight from Kingdom Death?
Flower Knight?
Flower knight. Yeah.
the flower knight.
Very nice. You okay there, John?
No,
you
I'm
need to
not.
go to the bathroom.
Yeah, I probably do.
Hold on, I have to do something here. I have to
No,
make
you have to
sure.
log out.
Yeah, so I have to log out here. And there we go, we're back to the same page. Awesome stuff.
Sweet.
So the Buckland Brewer. What is this? Oh, this is Deep War stuff.
I haven't seen a lot of Deep War stuff in ages.
Now, Antimatter Games are actually running a Kickstarter right now for both Deep Wars and Shadow Sea, where you can get new starter sets, and they've developed new scenarios and stuff. But the thing that's really interesting when I see this is that clearly people are buying the models and getting stuck into the game, but I never hear a lot of people actually talking about it.
Yeah.
So it'd be really nice if anyone actually does play it, or to make a forum topic talking about it and sort of how it plays and what you think about it. That'd be really cool. Because I'd like to know a little bit more. Because I know that Dawn and Gianna have seen it when they've been over at Gen Con and stuff before, and talked about how the game works a little bit. But it'd be cool to find out a bit more about what people like about it. So
That's such a good paint scheme there.
on the plesiosaur type thing. It's not called a plesiosaur. That's a different thing.
Like, looking at these models here, it looks like... I don't want to say it, but it looks kind of messy. But that's only because, there's so much color going on. But if you look at the models individually, they're all very nicely shaded and highlighted like that. This thing, the squid, is beautifully shaded, and then you see this. Even his eye, the glow from his eye.
Yeah, and that non-metallic work on the sword and the
It's so
scabbard.
good. Yeah,
Really, really cool.
I can't wait. I want to see more from you, Buckland Brewer.
Yes.
Do it. More from both.
Who knows? With painting like that, might get a button. I don't know.
You said that in such a weird way.
Might get a button.
So we have Bothy working on. I love this.
More 101st Airborne.
They all have an expression.
Yeah.
That's a deer caught in headlights, like there. That guy on the left hand side.
That's a 1,000-yard stare right there. That's what that is.
I love the guy in the middle with his hand up, who looks like he's doing the Alas Poor Yorick thing. But in actual fact, he's going, "Oh bloody hell, bombs!"
Up there!
Why are you doing it all in British accents? Shut up, they're
I
American.
don't know. Goddamn bloody hell! There's bombs coming. I don't know.
Have more Star Wars Legion from Sundancer. Definitely progressing. Loving all the body parts lying around.
Looking slightly less like a massacre.
Great stuff. Here is the Demogorgon on the base.
Good lord, man.
Oh, this is terrifying looking.
Ba-ba-da. Wow.
What is a Demogorgon, Ben? Do you know what it is?
A small gorgon.
It's from Dungeons and Dragons, and it's a demon that I think is in some way tied to Orcus. It might not, but it's from Dungeons and Dragons, and it's one of the biggest nasty creatures in the land. So
It is incredible work.
a demon prince, yeah. Oh, it's also, quite funnily enough, the nickname that the kids give to the monster in Strange Things.
Yeah, and you see it in the first episode as well. Because they're playing with it in D&D.
Yeah. The Demogorgon's changed its look a lot. Like, it used to be quite reptilian, but then they sort of added this weird, like, apish look to it instead.
Ah, I see, okay. So we have more from Piers. Beautiful little vehicles. Lovely.
Cute. Cute in its utter
Looks like
uselessness.
someone stepped on that first tank.
Yeah.
Is that the way
That
the
truck,
wheels
that
were?
truck's really.
Yeah, that truck's pretty badass, that, actually. It's like what you get when you cross a traction engine with modern technology.
Yes.
Very nice. Dogma working on. Oh, these we saw these before.
More Space Marine.
That
That checker pattern's great.
pattern, yeah. It's very clean.
Mm-hmm.
Yellow is very difficult to paint, so well done on
I
that.
bet it's base coated in yellow.
Yeah, I guarantee it. But
I
still,
wouldn't paint squares like that.
even painting black on yellow
Yes.
is a nightmare.
Great work as usual.
The Lobster Butch working. Oh, it's for Darklands. We haven't seen Darklands in quite some time.
The miniature stuff. Yeah. Very cool.
I would say like maybe a little bit more like a dry brush on the hammer.
Something
Mold.
on the hammer, maybe. Yeah. Just a little more.
Oh, it's back though. Ugh. Gross.
That takes backpacks to a whole new level.
Yeah, that is some very impressive traps there.
Backballs.
This is what it's from. This little game here.
It's the inspiration he's used for it is from Golden Axe,
Ah, okay,
I guess.
cool.
Oh no, the inspiration for the base is from Golden Axe.
Ah.
The inspiration for the model is definitely
Ah.
not the dwarf from
Yeah.
Golden Axe. I was like, that can't be right.
Handkerchief for the developing man flu. Ah, sorry about that, Sundancer. We hope you get better soon. Maybe this is from weeks ago, so he's maybe better now. But if
Or
you've got
he's-
a
or he's
secondary
dead.
cold,
He's dead, but he's in the chat. Is he a zombie?
He's haunting. He's the ghost in the machine now.
Ah.
Puns never die. Cool. Silver Courage, more of these little quirky guys.
See,
British artillery.
He's got this down pat. Like, that is brilliant. The little bit of grubbiness on the trousers and all. Perfect. Absolutely perfect.
Loner with his
More orcs.
boys.
Old school orcs. Because they always got to sound like they're football hooligans. Or the guys that do the presenting on all those cop shows. He's pulled a man over and he's ripped his arms off.
He got done for speeding and then got put 6 foot under.
He won't be drinking and driving again.
Oh, my goodness.
Manda. My goodness. That's
So-
what they should look like.
So this is going with the more like grubbier look.
Wow.
Gruesome stuff. So there's definitely no toying around or having fun on this battlefield.
I'm sorry, but I just realised that Ben did a Matthew McConaughey wow.
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 Next we have Guel from Street Fighter.
Dial. Yeah.
Guile?
Wait, it's
Done as Marbo, right?
that's the guy that kills everybody, whose name I can't remember, and then Iron Hand Strachan, I believe.
Is it
But
Marbo?
I can't remember what. Marbo? Marbo? Yeah.
Yeah, because Strachan's the one. Yeah, Strachan's the next one with the arm.
Strachan's
I
the
think
guy
it's-
with the big
I think
bionic.
Marbo's the other one. Sly Marbo.
Sly Marbo, that's the one.
The total not Rambo.
Very cool.
I really liked the Catechins in the Imperial Guard, because even though they all effectively still have T-shirt saves, they are still very, very cool.
It's muscle density.
Yeah.
Is what they're saying is that in 40k, if you're a Cadian, you don't have the muscle density of a Catechin, so you need to have flak armor. The
If you're a
Catechins
Catechin, you
need
don't have
that.
time to bleed.
Yeah.
So
Also,
here-
the fact that they basically live on a world just trying to kill them
Every
at
day.
every opportunity.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So more Fallout Wasteland, this time from Silver Stars, and we have some fantastic detail here. And
Wow, that's amazing.
designs and stuff. That leather work, like the little dots of distressed leather, really nice.
The thing I like about that as well is he looks like the most reluctant hero I've ever seen.
It's just.
Do we have to go in there?
He's just a settler, man. All he wants to do is get that piece of corrugated iron for the roof of his little hut. Like, he doesn't want to be running into ghouls and glowing ones.
He
and
doesn't want a
screams.
fetch quest.
Yeah, he doesn't want to retrieve anything for Preston Garvey.
So this is a Temple of Skulls, and this is really nicely done.
It's quite an old piece of terrain too.
That's very cool. I really like the blue coming out of the skulls there.
Pools of strange eldritch magic that have cut for. It does look like a little bit of a pizza slice on the top of the temple, but you know when you got to kill, you got to have pizza to keep you going. So
Yeah.
I was digging a couple of pictures back because he was taking pictures over like the top of a newspaper, and there
Newspaper.
was a well placed face.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. I saw that too.
It just made me giggle. It's so immature.
Very nice. Oh, this is the Burrows and Badgers project made. So this was a birdhouse that he just bought from like say the likes of Poundland or something. It was like a Christmas tree kind of thing where you just hang up and put seeds into it.
Yeah.
And he's essentially created his own Burrows and Badgers terrain.
That's amazing.
And it looks so good. Like the little like picket fence, little like stepping stones out towards it.
Oh, that's so cute.
Betting you off to Poundland after this is over. Go to get your-
Maybe.
like that little house there that would just happily hold like one of the bird characters. That's so good.
I could have my barn owl on that.
Yeah.
That's so lovely.
I don't know how he's made the tree. It looks like glue gun with wire,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hot glue and wire.
which I suppose it would work for bark.
That's fine because all I intend to do is like go outside to the tree, break a branch off, dip it in some PVA. Done.
Who needs to make trees when you can just go get them?
Yep. It's like Ben with his stones.
Yeah.
I needed some stones, so I just walked outside. I realised that basic material's everywhere.
So here
It's like
we
when,
have
like
the
when
friend-
my friend bases any of his Space Marine characters, he goes out onto the driveway and all the neighbours are looking really weird as he picks bits out of the tarmac and then walks back inside like a little urchin.
So next up we have our friend Sammy Steele.
Oh,
working
wow.
on the Super Mutant Hounds. I always badger Sam about highlighting his work because he always paints it and then seems to dip and then doesn't highlight, which is a good painting way if you want to get a tabletop ready. But I think a little bit of highlight would make all those muscles really stand out. But his photography here is fantastic, and that little bit of Photoshop work, saying what it is and then giving it details out.
He's in the
It's
chat
great as
telling you
well.
off that he can't highlight as well.
We've got some great tutorials on highlighting.
Practice makes perfect, Sam.
Yeah.
I didn't highlight until 3 years ago, so
Actually,
I didn't highlight anything.
I can figure out a way of showing you how to find highlighting on our tutorials. So if we click 3 colors up, and I have to be logged in. Damn it! I need its tags. So Ben, can you look up tags technique semicolon highlighting?
Oh God!
Please, and then send me that link or paste the link in the chat.
More work.
But next we have Nodri with what are these? Hero and Shaman and the Mammoth Riders. I want to see what the Mammoth Riders look like.
Oh my god. We have to buy Justin so many of these. What are
Here's
they
a
from?
link to everything, including highlighting.
Yeah, so if we have a look at the tag of highlighting here, you can see all the tutorials that have highlighting in them essentially. So
you really want to see the Age of Sigmar Stormcast Eternal vlog, because I mean that's probably the finest example of very simple highlighting techniques.
Thank you, John.
It's as if I practiced
we
that
do have fantastic range, like this Ulchaish thing. It's all just highlighting. That thing has been painted from black to upwards of white in highlighting phase. It's just all highlighting. So and it's quite short as well. I made it quite short.
The most important thing with highlighting, is keep it simple. If you start to just do a little bit, sit back for a couple of minutes, look at the mini and go, now I see where the next one has to go. Really take your time. The first few times you're trying to do highlighting really well, just sit down, look at the model, really examine the curvature and the angles and stuff. Then do a little bit, then stop. Look at it, then try again.
Here's another one as well. This is a monochrome samurai, so that's just all black and white.
Yeah.
I think he just added a bit of red into the base. But if you get a light source and switch it on and see where the light's coming from, switch it off and try and mimic that, that can also help too. And that works for every kind of painting. No one's perfect, but these are some really good tutorials on how to help out from some fantastic professionals such as John here, Dallas from Privateer Press, and
Dallas
Roman, and we've got more as well somewhere.
I love Dallas. He's amazing.
Look at these guys.
Hey,
That
Lena's
was very
got an open invitation to Sam to go to, Denmark this afternoon. Do you want to hop on a plane? She's doing chicken for dinner.
Wow. Where's our invite, Lena? Huh?
Yeah, Lena.
Where's our invite?
Thought we were your friends.
So before we finish off, we're going to look at this project that's nominated by Hazard NCO for Ben. So Burrows and Battlefields. So this is a project by New Bolter. This was... Oh my goodness! Hold on. Let's go to the very start here. A few oldest entries first. So if you want to come across, I'm going to paste the link in here now. So many people can't highlight John.
You shut up, Sam. You could have come to me for lessons. In fact, there's lessons of mine on this website. You can do that, or you can talk to me face to face. You're literally 2 miles away. But whatever.
Okay. Bickering aside.
Yeah, bickering aside, right? Okay.
So this is what he started with. Standard like pound shop.
Pets
gift
at
gap.
home, B&Q, whatever
Yeah.
you want. Yeah.
And then what he did is I think he scraped. Yeah. It seems like he scraped in to just the.
Oh, he
Because
did.
it's quite soft wood.
Yeah.
I thought
It was-
he
it was
actually glued on pieces here, but no.
It was a balsa wood birdhouse that he scratched the wooden planking into. That's so cool.
And
Oh,
then,
Ben, you
like,
can tell Ben's inspired now.
the little this little door is so damn cute. Look at that. It looks so easy to do. And you
Isn't
have
that
like
like
a spherical, just styrofoam sphere which he's carved out.
You can say it. It's a ball.
Oh my god,
Or is ball a dirty word now?
he's even made bakery goods.
See the chimney though.
Chimney with the
How
made
he's
out of
made
the
the
pen
chimney.
and block. Yeah.
Just a block and a pin. And yes, Ben, We see this, John. Like he's even made a little horse or like
Little cart. That's
But-
so cool. He's made hot cross buns.
He's made bread.
I love bread.
The attention to detail in this, like covering over this here in the potty filler, or filler,
Green stuff.
and then
The
green stuff
polyfiller.
over this. It's so good. I love this. Like just this little detail of just carving out stones with the green stuff.
Mm-hmm.
If you haven't already, by the way, what was his name again in the chat? Hazard. If you haven't already, share this with Joe and Michael on Twitter because they would love this. By the way, so.
Yeah, and I'm gonna say it now, Ben. This definitely deserves a community spotlight.
Yep,
I
might
don't-
already be.
I
Might
don't-
already
I
have
don't
saved all the
care-
pictures.
I don't care if it's spoiling it for the Weekender or Friday. This definitely deserves because the amount of work that's put in and the outcome,
Mm-hmm.
it's fantastic.
I may have already saved all the pictures to my desktop.
Where
so-
is Sam? Because this could easily be a Hobbit house.
Oh,
As
it's
well.
really good. But it's inspired work. It really is.
Mm-hmm.
That's the kind of mentality that like a prop maker has to go through. That's the kind of stuff I had to try and figure out.
Yeah,
And I was like, nope, you can't figure this out at all. Nope.
fantastic stuff.
Mm-hmm.
What a highlight to end the stream on. Thank you very much for watching today. If you've just stumbled across our stream and you want to know more about us, come across to OnTableTop.com. You get to see all of what we do here on a day-to-day basis. So you get to see, you click into games, you can get to see reviews of games. You click into projects, you kind of see what we've just seen. You can even click into places as well and see who's like nearby to your own location. See if there's any like gamers nearby that want to play with you in certain games. We've got so many cool things happening on this week. With the Blood and Plunder week, which the prizes should be going out shortly this week, so if you haven't, get your comment in on some of those. I think that's us.
Yeah.
Stay tuned as well this evening. I'm not sure, but if you click on to Flixter's channel, he's raising money for the Diana Fund, I think, for anti-bullying campaign. He's a great cause, and any support you can show him be truly grateful as well from us. But thank you very much for watching. We'll be back next week for another hobby hangout. We're going through the prizes, and hopefully we'll be able to see some more burrows and badgers terrain.
Some very inspiring stuff. We know that Ben is going out straight after he's finished. He's going to rush his last news articles of the day, and he's going to rush out somewhere and get a little birdhouse now.
We go to Poundland, buy some birdhouses.
So, how many birds are in your garden? I don't know.
I don't know. Why have you bought 6? I don't know.
Do you need seeds? No.
No.
Do you have any
Do they
tiny
make good
rocks,
basing
though?
materials? Ooh. Seeds as basing materials, though.
But if you use PVA with them, they might start growing.
Oh
Oh.
dear. Okay.
Oh,
that's
actually.
That's the end of that. Thank you very much for watching. That's all from us. Bye, everyone.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye-bye.